Good day, everybody, and welcome to The Lucky Felt. My name is Todd Hoover, and I like to design roulette strategies for you guys to review, evaluate, modify, and make it your own. Today, in honor of firefighters, because I know fire season's coming up here in good old Arizona, out in the Southwest. It seems like it's always fire season. But today we have a new system called the Smokejumper. But before we get started, please like and subscribe to the channel. It would be greatly appreciated. And please share this channel with anybody that you may know that will enjoy this type of infotainment. Okay, the storyline. In the world of elite wildland firefighting, the first response to a blaze is the Containment Crew. They are a small, efficient team sent to quickly surround and extinguish a manageable fire. They work methodically, sweeping the area street by street. Most of the time they succeed, but sometimes the fire is too aggressive. It gathers strength, rages out of control, and jumps the fire line. The initial effort has failed, and the situation is now critical. This is when you call in the Smokejumpers. Smokejumpers are the best of the best. They are a larger, more powerful force that parachutes directly into the heart of the inferno. Their mission is a high-stakes, all-or-nothing gamble. Overwhelm the wildfire with a massive coordinated attack to not only stop its spread, but to reclaim the ground that was lost. It's a dangerous, heroic last stand where failure is not an option. Okay. So basically we're going to be playing streets with this, and the Containment Crew, you're going to be betting on the last street to hit, and you'll bet on the last 5 streets. So I'll get started with it, and we'll show you how we'll play it. We're going to use a $10 unit and a $2,000 bankroll. You can play this with a $1 unit and a $500 bankroll, or a $5 unit and a $1,000 bankroll. Okie dokie, so let's get started. It's a simple system. You're following the leader on the streets. Whichever street hit last, you're going to be betting on up to 5. Then you add. So you just keep adding. So now we're up to 2 streets. So you'll have up to 5 streets. Now it doesn't necessarily mean that if you go through all 5 streets, you might not make a profit. So you may have to restart, especially if you're in the smoke jumper phase. You probably won't get all your money back, so you're going to have to stay at that stage until you do recoup your money by winning 2 or 3 times. Okay? And you'll see as we go through what I'm talking about. But right now we are up $90. We're going to play this to 400. And that's just what I like to do after I get a win. I like to just do a free spin. You don't have to. It just kind of resets everything for me. And then I restart. Man, we got a 2 on the column. We got a 21, so let's rebet and put our second street in right there. I believe we were up $90 was our high. So rebet and just add a street. You're not adding to the other streets, you're just rebetting them. Okay, there's a 20. And that's a win. And we're up 150. Let's go ahead and just get that blank spin. It's like a reset for me. Again, you don't have to do this. I do it. I just like doing it. Okay, now we got a 9. There's a 28. To rebet and spin, so we're on our second. And this is still the Containment Crew. Containment Crew has 5 shots. Okay, there we go. And here's number 3. And just to let you know, we were up like 150 because we had lost 20 before and 10 before that. So we've been down 30. So 150 is where we're trying to get to or above before we can reset. 27. Okay, and this is our last street that we can put on before we have to reset. Let's see if we hit it. Here's a 7. So we did hit it, but you can see we're down to 120, so we've lost 30. Just accept the loss. You don't have to double up your spins now. Just accept the little $30 loss. And then let's reset. And I'm going to go one more spin because 7 and 9 are in the same street. And they've already hit once. So look at that. 7, 8, and 9. So I'm going to go one more time. It's got to be another street that'll hit. There's a 19. Okay, so we'll start off with that one. We're up 120. Trying to get to past 150. Well, I guess I'm going to have to play it, guys. It seems like it's a hot street. It's hit 3 out of the last 4 times. And hit again. Wow. That's amazing. Okay, 210. Let's respin. It's stuck on this street, guys. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the last 7 spins have been a 7, 8, or 9. That's crazy. I'm going to spin because I really don't want to play that street if I don't have to. Here's a 17. Okay, so let's restart. And we're at 210. That's our high. And I'm sure we'll get to the Smokejumpers. So now we put our bet right there on the 10th Street. Okay, now we're going to put it on the 19th Street right there. That's 3. And that's a 10. And that's a win, $90. We're up to 70. Just do them out of normal blank spin. And there's a 1. Now there's a unique opportunity. If it hits 0, I play the bet where it's the 2 and the 0 double 0, which means there is an opportunity, albeit very slight, that you could have the 2 in the first street and in the 0 double 0 street. And there's a win. We're up 360. And there's a 23. So let's go ahead and put our bet there on that street. One more win, guys. We should be good. Didn't even have to use the Smokejumpers. But what we'll do is we get to 400 here pretty quickly without having a losing streak. Then we'll play it again. I'll just reset everything. But let's first make it there. So we were at somewhere around the 360, 370 range. We're spinning and we got one more attempt, but I think we hit it. No, we missed. Okay. Okay, so this is our last attempt. And then we'll have to use the Smokejumpers. Okay, 35. We hit it, so we're still good. So we're at 330. Just take the small $30 loss. Let's put that little hot street up there again. Okay, we've got 1 street. There's a 5, and we've got 2 streets. You can pick the streets any way you prefer. I like picking exactly like the description says, where you pick the street that hit last and you just add it to your other streets. There's a 0. So I get to show you how you play the 0. So I put my bet there because it still covers 3 numbers, the 0, 00, and 2. So if you hit the first column, we could put 1 there, and then you have a chance to hit a 2 and really make some serious profit. But we got the $80 win. We're at $350. So we'll just respin. Get that fresh start, and okay, we'll start with 18 then. 18 it is. We're spinning. And a 14, okay. And we'll place that right there. 10, okay, it's moving street by street. It's moving down each street in order. So let's see if the 7th street's going to be next to hit. 7, 8, or 9. It is 22. So that'd be interesting if 19 is the one that hits next. 19th Street. 19, 20, 21. 23. Well, we got the win. Okay, we're at 370. Again, you do not have to do this blank spin. I like doing it because that means the street that I've hit has hit twice in the last 5 spins. There's 1. Okay, and then we'll put it on street 4 because the 5 hit. There is a 30. Okay, so we'll put it on street 28. Cover 28, 29, and 30. Here's a 12. Okay, here's a 12. There we go. And what this extra street, even though you lose $20, it prevents you from like maybe getting too far up. We're at $3.90. We only need $10. Getting too far up in the progression. That's why I built it for 5. And even though it's a loss at 5, it lets you stay at that level. There's a 28. Is that a win? Absolutely it is. $500, guys. Okay, look at my total. It's $2,449,997 under my name. I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to reset and clear this out to 0, and we're going to play it again because that was way too easy. Okay, guys, round 2 of Smokejumper. So let's go ahead and get our spin going, and we'll see how it does on this second attempt. We made 500 on the first. We're only trying to make 4. Okay, so let's go ahead and start placing our bets. Remember, the way the system is designed, if the street hit, you're betting on that street and adding it to your bet. Up to 5 streets. Then you would employ the Smokejumper, because right now you're just the Containment Crew, but you would employ the Smokejumper and your bets would start at 20. So you'd 5 attempts at 20. If you lose that, then you do 5 attempts at 40. So it is a high volatility system because your bets can escalate pretty quickly. And whichever level you're at is the level you need to stay at till you're back in profit. Let's see if it's going to be a little bit more difficult on us this time. Because there's number 5. I don't think we went to the Smokejumper on the first set. But let's see what happens here. There's a 3. Okay, so you've lost. So now those bets clear out, and then you restart at $20 on 3. Okay, so now we're into the Smokejumper. And a 2 hit. And we're up $70, so we can reset. Since they've hit twice in a row, that street, I am just doing my free spin. And I'm going to start on 33. So we're back at 10. So that's how Smokejumper works. So if you would have gone 2 or 3 or 4 and not hit anything and got to the 5th, you would have still lost money. But you wouldn't have lost near the amount as if you were doubling or martingaling. So I like the system. It is volatile though. It is extremely volatile. you're very seldom or very often you'll get to the Smokejumper portion of it. Of course, we haven't been doing that here. We've just been rolling along. It's 130. Okay, so let's see if we can get that 2. Let's see if we get a 0 double 0 here, and then 2 would have 2. It would be like a jackpot number. Okay, there we go. So we put it at 15, 13. There we go. There's number 2. 130 was our high. That's a 19, so we'll put a bet on 19. We bet. There's number 3. Trying to get above 130. Here's going to be number 4. Right here. Oh, right there. On that street. And 34. This will be our last one before we go to the Smokejumper. And there's 5. So we got a 3. So we won that. So it's 70. So we're 100, but we were at 130. So we lost a little bit. It's not a big issue with this system. Just accept a little small loss. And let's bet again. And let's just stick with that. I mean, it's been hot. Maybe it's like the 7, 8, 9. It'll get hotter over time. So let's go. Rebet. And spin. Really think I should have started with a 34 because the 2's hit so many times, or that street has hit so many times, but let's see how it plays out. This is our third bet on the Containment Crew. And excellent. Now this is where I get to show you where you get to put a bet right here. Now that covers the 0, double 0, and 2 because the 0 hit. But then you also have got the 1, 2, and 3 covered. So that 2 becomes like a little mini jackpot for for this spin and one more spin. So if a 2 would hit, it would be awesome. But we hit 18, so we won 80. So we're at 120. So we're still going to be at the $10 range. Close enough to profit if we would reset anyway. So let's put our $10 there. We're up 120, trying to get to 400. Okie dokie, there's a 36. Rebet, add that street in. Again, this is called Smokejumper. Here's a 34, that's excellent. That's a $210. That's a $100 win. So we're up to 10. And let's put it right here. And we're spinning. And there's a 2. Let's put it right next to that little 4th street. There's our 2nd street. 2 again. Oh, 0. We need that 2 really bad now. Let's hit that 2. Let's show these people how it's done. 2. Ah, okay. 32. Had a 2 in it. So that's 3. Here's number 4. If not, we'll go to the Smokejumper. Okay, we hit that. We're at 80. We're at 230. And we're spinning. There's an 8. So that's the 1st street will be the 7 because it has the 8 in it. So you're playing the street that has the number that hit last in it. Okay. For 5 attempts. There you go. That's a 10. Right in the middle. Sandwich the 2 streets that we had. Okay, so that section's complete. And there's an 18. And we'll move over, slide over here to the right and add that 19th street in. Or 16th street, I'm sorry. 16th street. And this will be our last street before we have to do this Smokejumper. Okay, 0. So we're going to start the smoke jumper on the 0. So we've lost 50, then 40, then 30. So that's 90, that's 120. Then another 30 because 20 and 10. So you lost 160. So if you add 160, you can see our high was 240. So that's what we're trying to shoot for, is 240, okay? So it hit the 0, so now we put $20 right there. Covers the 2, the 0, and the double 0. And there's an 8, so then we're going to put $20 on the 8. Now it's giving us a little bit more trouble here. We're trying to get to that 240 range. Okay? And then here we go. We're going to put $2 now, right here on 22. And we're spinning. Here's a 26. It's going to be a loss. So we put our $2 right there on 26 on the 25 street. And we're spinning. There's a 5. It's a loss, I believe. Yep. And this will be our last street at $2. Then we're going to go, at $20. Then we're going to go to $40 because you're going to be doubling. But we hit it, so we can stay right here at 20. We're still down, trying to get to 240. We lost a little bit because that was the 5th time. That was on the 5th street, 5th attempt. I'm sorry. So we'll put 20 right there. And we're spinning. 29. So let's add that in here. Rebet, and we'll go 29 for 2. See what we get. There's a 25. Almost a 29. I think we were one section away from it. I think it's 29 is right next to the 25. Here's a 0. Okay. Then we're going to go 1, 2. Right there. Another 0. 10. Okay, then we're going to go 1, 2. And this will be our last attempt. Then we're going to go to $40 each. And you can start seeing how volatile it gets. But I think we got the win. No, we didn't. Okay, so now we go to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're going to have 4 bets. Or 5 bets. But we hit that, $440. We're up 160. We're trying to get to 240. Still not there yet, so we have to stay at the $40 level. I'm debating, you could possibly move down to the $20 level because you're so close, but I'm going to play it the way it was designed and stay at the $40 level. And then hit 240 and reset. Okay, so rebet. 10, 20, 30, 40. That's our second bet. There's a 32. And that is a win. $520, guys. There you go. This is how you play this system, the Smokejumper. You guys let me know what you think. It's 2 for 2 right now. You saw it with just the Containment Crew. It did pretty well on the first phase. And on this phase, you saw we got into a little jam, but it immediately recovered. Please, 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 guys, you let me know what you think about these systems. And I look forward to hearing your comments. Y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye.